For decades, there has been a singular, unshakable truth in the automotive world. If you want to know where the luxury sedan market is heading, you look at the Mercedes-Benz E-Class. It is the heartbeat of the brand. While the S-Class is the flagship that introduces the impossible, and the C-Class brings that prestige to the masses, the E-Class has always been the bridge. It is the perfect balance of size, status, and sophistication. But we are living in a changing world. SUVs are dominating the roads, and electric vehicles are rewriting the rulebook. So, where does that leave the traditional, internal combustion executive sedan? Today, we are taking a deep dive into the 2026 Mercedes-Benz E-Class. This isn't just a facelift, this is a statement. Mercedes calls it a bridge between tradition and digitalization. It is a car that attempts to merge the classic three-box sedan silhouette with the hyper-connected, screen-dominated future that the EQ series started. But does it work? Is this simply a shrunken S-Class, or does it carve out its own unique identity in a world that is rapidly leaving sedans behind? In this review, we are going to explore every inch of this machine. We will dissect the controversial new design language. We will get lost in the overwhelming technology of the new interior, and we will see if the driving dynamics still hold that wafting magic that Mercedes is famous for. If you are looking for the definitive executive daily driver, this might just be it. Let's find out why. Exterior design. Tradition meets tomorrow. Let's start with the exterior, because this is where the bridge philosophy is most visible. When you first see the 2026 E-Class, the proportions feel instantly familiar. It retains that classic cab-backward design, long hood, setback cabin, and a short, powerful trunk lid. It looks expensive. It looks substantial. But the details tell a totally different story. Up front, the connection to the electric EQ models is undeniable. There is a high-gloss black panel that connects the grille to the headlights, creating a seamless, mask-like appearance. Depending on the trim you choose, whether it's the luxury line with the classic hood ornament or the AMG line with the massive star in the grille, the character changes dramatically. The grille itself is a piece of art, featuring a three-dimensional star pattern that actually lights up on higher trims. It's flashy, yes, but in the dark, it gives the car an unmistakable presence. The headlights have also evolved. The traditional four-eyed look of the E-Class has been reinterpreted with a new daytime running light signature. It's sharper, more aggressive, and the digital light technology inside can project warning symbols directly onto the road ahead of you. Moving to the side profile, simplicity reigns supreme. Mercedes has removed almost all the sharp creases and confusing lines. The surfacing is smooth, almost liquid-like. You will notice the flush-fitting door handles that pop out when you approach the car, a feature trickled down from the S-Class. They reduce drag and add to that sleek, aerodynamic aesthetic. The wheels range from 18 to 21 inches, and they fill the arches perfectly, giving the car a planted, athletic stance without ruining the ride quality. But the most controversial, and perhaps most interesting, design element is at the rear. The taillights feature a new star motif. Literally, the brake lights are shaped like the three-pointed Mercedes star. Some might call it branding overkill. Others will call it a brilliant signature. Regardless of your opinion, it ensures that everyone behind you knows exactly what you are driving. Connected by a chrome strip, these lights emphasize the width of the car, making it look wider and lower than it actually is. Overall, the exterior strikes a careful balance. It's futuristic enough to feel new, but conservative enough to not alienate the loyal customer base. Interior design. The superscreen ERA. If the exterior is an evolution, the interior is a revolution. Stepping inside the 2026 E-Class feels like stepping 5 years into the future. The centerpiece of this cabin is the optional MBUX superscreen. Unlike the S-Class, which uses a floating portrait-style tablet, the E-Class integrates its screens directly into the dashboard. There is a massive sheet of glass that stretches from the center of the car all the way to the passenger door. This houses the central infotainment display and a separate screen dedicated solely to the front passenger. It looks spectacular. The graphics are crisp, the response time is instant, and the way it blends into the digital instrument cluster for the driver is seamless. The material quality is exactly what you expect from Mercedes. We are talking about open-pore wood trims that are backlit. Yes, the light shines through the wood grain. Soft Nappa leather that covers almost every surface, and metal switchgear that feels cool and heavy to the touch. The air vents are now hidden, integrated into a continuous strip that runs across the top of the dashboard. It's a cleaner, more minimalist look, though adjusting the airflow is now done electronically via the screen, which might annoy traditionalists. Let's talk about the seats. Mercedes has always made great seats, but these are next level. They are sculpted to look like seashells, with intricate stitching patterns. They are heated, ventilated, and offer a massage function that is genuinely therapeutic. But the comfort doesn't stop there. The energizing comfort system can link with your smartwatch to detect your stress levels. If it senses you are tense, it will automatically adjust the lighting, the music, the seat massage, and the fragrance system to calm you down. It sounds like a gimmick, but on a stressful commute, it actually works. Space in the rear is generous. The wheelbase has been stretched slightly compared to the previous generation, meaning legroom is abundant even for taller adults. The rear passengers get their own climate zones, heated seats, and plenty of charging ports. It's a space designed to be driven in, not just a place to put your kids. Technology, intelligence overload. Now, we need to talk about the technology, because the 2026 E-Class is arguably the smartest car Mercedes has ever built. It runs on the third generation of the MBUX system, which is faster and more intuitive than ever. But the real headline here is the introduction of third-party apps and artificial intelligence. Sitting on top of the dashboard, you will find a small selfie camera. When the car is parked, you can use this to join Zoom or WebEx video conferences directly from the driver's seat. You can even record TikToks or take selfies if that's your thing. It transforms the car into a mobile office in a way we haven't really seen before. Then there is the AI. The car now has a routines feature. You can teach the car your habits, or let it learn them on its own. For example, you can set a routine that says, if the temperature is below 50 degrees, turn on the heated seats and set the ambient lighting to warm orange. Or, if I arrive at the office gate, roll down the window. Over time, the car predicts what you want before you even ask for it. The passenger screen is another highlight. It allows the front passenger to watch movies, stream content, or help with navigation. And don't worry about driver distraction. The screen uses a special filtering technology called dual light control. If the driver tries to look over at the passenger's movie, the screen effectively goes black from the driver's angle, while remaining crystal clear for the passenger. It is impressive safety tech. For the audiophiles, the available Burmester 4D surround sound system is a must-have. It uses exciters built into the seats to physically vibrate with the bass. You don't just hear the music, you feel it in your spine. Combined with Dolby Atmos technology, it creates a soundstage that rivals high-end home theater systems. Driving dynamics. The perfect balance, so it looks good and it's packed with tech, but how does it drive? In the US market, you generally have two main engine choices, the E350 and the E450. The E350 comes with a 2.0-liter turbocharged four-cylinder engine. It produces around 255 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with a 48-volt mild hybrid system that adds a temporary boost of power and makes the stop-start system imperceptibly smooth. It's punchy enough for daily driving, hitting 0 to 60 in just over 6 seconds. However, the real star is the E450. This model uses Mercedes' brilliant 3.0-liter inline-six turbo engine. It bumps the power up to 375 horsepower. The inline-six is creamy smooth, delivering a linear wave of torque that feels effortless. 0 to 60 drops to the mid-4-second range, making this executive sedan surprisingly quick. The ride quality is where the E-Class truly shines. If you opt for the aromatic air suspension, the car essentially floats over the road. It erases potholes, expansion joints, and rough pavement as if they don't exist. Yet, unlike older luxury barges, it doesn't feel disconnected. The steering is precise and well-weighted. A game-changer for this generation is the optional rear axle steering. At low speeds, the rear wheels turn up to 4.5 degrees in the opposite direction of the front wheels. This reduces the turning circle dramatically, making this large sedan feel like a compact car when you're navigating tight parking garages or making U-turns. At high speeds, the rear wheels turn in the same direction as the front, adding stability during lane changes. The cabin is vault-like in its silence. Mercedes has used acoustic glass and extensive insulation to keep wind and tire noise at bay. At 70 miles per hour on the highway, you can whisper to your passengers and still be heard clearly. It is a Serenity Pod, designed to lower your heart rate. Pricing and verdict. We have to address the price. The 2026 E-Class is not cheap. The base E350 is going to start in the mid-$60,000 range. But once you start adding the features we've talked about today, the super screen, the air suspension, the Nappa leather, the Burmester sound system, you are quickly looking at a price tag north of $80,000 or even $90,000 for a loaded E450. Is it worth it? In a word, yes. The 2026 Mercedes-Benz E-Class is a masterclass in modernization. It respects its heritage as a comfortable, prestigious sedan, but it embraces the future with open arms. It offers S-Class levels of technology and comfort in a package that is more manageable to drive and slightly more attainable to buy. There are competitors, of course. The BMW 5 Series is sportier, and the Audi A6 is a design icon in its own right. But neither of them manages to blend comfort, technology, and sheer sense of occasion quite like this new E-Class. It feels special. It feels like an achievement. If you are looking for a car that isolates you from the chaos of the outside world while keeping you connected to everything that matters, the new E-Class is the benchmark. It is not just a car, it is a personal assistant, a sanctuary, and a status symbol all rolled into one. The king of the mid-size luxury segment hasn't just returned to the throne, it has renovated the entire castle. OUTRO. That wraps up our detailed review of the 2026 Mercedes-Benz E-Class. What do you think about the new star-shaped taillights? Are they a cool signature or a bit too much? And would you choose the super screen, or do you prefer a more traditional dashboard layout? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next review. We have some incredible cars coming up soon that you won't want to miss. Thanks for watching/listening, and I will catch you in the next one.